Grab the same socket that we took off the strut bolt from up top, 19 millimeter, and we're gonna unloosen these two bolts right here that hold the strut itself. It's not coming off, so I am going to put on a socket. And then it's the same bar I used to untie the lug nuts from the wheels. I'm gonna use this. It's pretty tight on there. Alright guys, so it's loose. Now we're going to try the bottom one. I need to figure out a better way. I just can't seem to undo it. I'm gonna cut this in half. I don't want to. I mean, I could probably use it like a wrench and just attach it to there and kind of torque it away. But just to be safe for me not to strip the bolt, I'm just gonna cut this in half so it can have some play inside the wheel well. So I'm gonna cut it with my grinder right here. Got the cutter wheel on it. I can't emphasize it enough. Safety first. Yes, these are shades, but they're made by DeWalt, and they're actually safety glasses also. So I'm gonna plug this in. I'm gonna cut it a little bit over feet, and so I'm gonna cut it right there. That should be just small enough for it to go inside the wheel well. These, you could use something else. This is just a technique that will be nice for me to have laying around in case I need it again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use it in the future for something else rather than the project that's going on right now. It's hot, so if it's really hot, be careful. I think these poles right here are part of for gardening and landscaping, in which they make them to hold up new trees or planting and whatnot. So I think you can get them at Home Depot. I just had a few laying around. I'm not sure where they came from, but if you guys want to get one of these, they're made out of steel, that's for sure. So if you need to get quite a couple feet of it, Home Depot or Lowe's. If I do a run over there soon, I'll check it out and let you guys know if I did find it there. Yeah, it was pretty tight, and I definitely don't have a strong enough impact to unloosen the bolts. So these two bolts are loose. I'm just gonna go ahead and unloosen them with the ratchet here. Okay, I'm gonna take off the sway bar link, this right here. I'm gonna loosen up this bolt right here since it's really on there. So I got this engineering some sort going on here, so I could get that torque towards the bolt. We are gonna be using also, I believe, the Allen wrench, the 1/8 Allen wrench will go inside that hole once we loosen up this nut. I mean bolt. Once we loosen up the bolt. Yep, that was tight enough, that's for sure. Sorry, I got distracted doing something. At the same time, I was already in the process of taking this off. Once you take off the strut, make sure you put back the bolts on both sides. Very important. Again, once you take off the strut, put back the bolts. Now that I took off the nut off the sway bar link, since both sides are jacked up, it's very important that you have both sides jacked up. If you just jack up one side without jacking the other side, since the sway bar linkage is connected to the other side, also the passenger side, this will not come out. It's going to start bending and you're going to be having issues. So make sure you jack up both sides and this will come right out. Take off the sway bar link. Make sure you put the jack underneath the A-arm, I would say. But just jack it to the point in which it hits the arm, just a little bit. And then these two bolts, you want them to kind of move up just a little bit for you to take them out, because you don't want to strip in much right now. But this whole assembly right here that holds the brake caliper, the brake disc and everything. But just make sure you grab the jack. It touches, excuse me, it touches a little bit the arm, and then take a look at it. Let me play with it real quick. But what about checking something as important as your credit? Well, Discover makes it quick, easy, and best of all, free. So just, I'm not sure if you guys catch that in the camera, but you want it just to move probably just a millimeter up, so you could easily take out the bolts without stripping them. Okay. Next we'll take off these bolts right here, I mean the nut. If you need to play with the jack, do it so you won't strip the bolt. And it should come right off. Yeah, it's not stripped, so thank God for that. Next, we're just gonna lower the jack, and this thing should come right out. Okay, guys. So I called the wife. I needed help. She got me a bungee cord off the truck. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bungee cord. It could be anything. So I'm just gonna strap it here. Well, actually, I grabbed a bigger bungee cord. I attached it right there, hooked it to there, and I'm just gonna wrap it under here, and just come all the way up. I didn't want to scratch the paint, so I just took it off from here and just hooked it onto the windshield wiper. This is ready to go. I'm just gonna take off these bolts right here while holding it at the same time. Okay, guys. So when we took off the strut bar, you gotta be sure that you take off these. I mean, you put back these bolts right here. Don't just leave them off. Just because you took off the strut bar means that you're gonna take these out. And just put them back on, and then once we're done with everything, just put them back on. We're gonna use the 12 millimeter. And at the same time, I'll be holding the strut. If you don't have the strength to, I'm not saying you guys have to be strong to do this, but there's nothing wrong with help. So by all means, if you're not strong enough to hold the strut, just get some help. Yeah, so I rested a little bit so I could show you guys, and just try to mangle it out somehow, one way or another. And just be careful with the cable right here and the brake line. You don't want to ruin those, that's for sure. Like I said, grab a bungee or grab a piece of rope or something to hold your spindle. Okay, so we finally got the strut out. As you can see here, it's nice and shiny. But that's what it's looking like right now. We're gonna go ahead and get the spring compressors that we got from my buddy Little Cop, and we'll take off this top bolt that we somewhat took off already. So we'll do that.